What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Is very magnificent, mellow Monday on the markets. We are basically flat right there, right now on the SPY. So let's see what's kind of going on since we're not really doing a whole lot. All right, we had a little bit of a gap, about 0.3% gap up there today on the SPY. Yeah, not a lot kind of going on. You can see we kind of had a little bit of a rise there in the first 30, 40 minutes. And then kind of just been pulling back ever since. A little bit negative. Led a lot by tech and the Qs. Doing pretty good today. Qs are up 0.2% currently. They did gap up pretty decently, about 0.6% of a gap up there. They did trade up and got about 1.05% high to a high on the day. All right, and that's kind of the way the Qs look. I mean, it's a big week for big tech. All right, we got a lot of big tech earnings this week, later in the week. So it is a pretty important week for big tech, and we kind of saw how some early big tech earnings were last week. So will that continue? Will there be any differences? Yeah, it's kind of just wait and see. We'll find out. IWM, nice little gap up. Nothing crazy, about 0.25%. But you can see they've been pulling back pretty strong after the first 30 minutes. Currently down about 0.9%. DIA, nice little gap up. Been kind of choppy on a pullback, down about a third. RSP, nice little subtle gap up. Basically kind of flat. Not doing a whole lot there. Okay, so checking the dailies. RSP looks pretty good. I like the gap up. I like the retest lower. I kind of like it. If we can just kind of base where we are and just kind of push up the rest of the day, kind of close back towards the highs, I would really like this a lot. Continue to go higher. Same thing, yeah, with the DIA. DIA kind of has that same kind of vibe to it. Nice strong move over the past two previous days, I guess. And then a nice little gap up there to start the week on Monday. IWM might consolidate here. Says it didn't straight continue today, which I think that would make a lot of sense. I think that would make a lot of sense, as I mean, we've already been moving pretty good. We had a pretty strong move there on Friday with that gap up. Didn't move, too much indifferent from the close to the close from the open on Friday, but it kind of gives you a chance to maybe even get in bullish today. I do like it a lot. Mostly I just like that gap up kind of just above these wicks that we kind of put in over the middle part of last week. Man, I really like that. Looks pretty good. Qs. Yeah, we know about the Qs, man. Oof. Qs. I mean, yeah, they could definitely just get sandwiched in between the moving averages. I think it's just kind of more of a wait and see. I think just kind of the way I feel like the vibe is going to be here. I think it is going to be a wait and see until you're looking for a decent, possibly bearish play. Because to me, that will be the direction that'll be the bigger moneymaker. It'll be the more swift move. And even if we just kind of chop around in here and we do wind up popping up and going a little bit bullish, I think there'll be plenty of opportunities to say, yeah, okay, we're going bullish. You can maybe even cut the bearishness and just go bullish, because if we want to go bullish, we're gonna wind up pushing probably pretty far up. But it won't be swift. It won't be as swift as it would be down, right? So I think you'd have plenty of times, but I think it'll just be more choppy here right now for anything. Maybe later in the week, we'll see if we get a gap up, maybe like Thursday, Friday, right? From FOMC to, we also get tech earnings. So if we come out one of those days and we gap up pretty good, that might be a really, really good time to possibly go bearish. We'll talk about that later in the week. We'll see how this thing kind of sets up, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But for now, we're just kind of in the middle. Like it could just kind of do anything. I think it'd just be more choppy than anything else. Pretty good time to be maybe even sell some puts for the next couple days on the Qs. Spy. with my little eye, I spy. Yeah, nice little retest into the moving averages here. Any kind of retest higher with the Qs, kind of just where the Qs are, right? I mean, we're not even close back to the moving averages, and the SPY's kind of like all like right at them. I think the SPY is going to wind up breaking the moving averages bullish. The question is, will the Qs do that? I don't know if the Qs will do it as strong. I don't think SPY is going to have as hard of a time. I think RSP will also kind of lead bullish. Will kind of go bullish as well. And then I think we'll probably see the SPY probably come a little bit higher. Maybe take out this high, possibly from July 23rd. I'd be kind of curious if that does happen. Maybe it doesn't, but probably gets up into that area. Here over the next few days. I don't have any doubts that we'd probably break the 10 and 20 as they're coming down, though. I think that'll be an easy thing to see happen. So that's kind of just my ideas, my thoughts as we're looking at kind of just the market. I know we're coming out of the weekend, kind of talking about the weekend game plan on Friday, market outlook over the weekend, but I think that's still just kind of the way I'm looking at things. Remember, we're going to have major tech earnings this week. We're going to have AAPL. What was that? Thursday after the bell. Microsoft will be Tuesday after the bell. We've already had Alphabet. Alphabet was last week, which usually Alphabet and Microsoft are on the same day, but Alphabet went a week early. And we will have Meta on Wednesday after the bell. Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday after the bell, big time tech earnings. What about Amazon? Well, they will be Thursday after the bell. Okay. And then what about, Tesla's already gone. Let's see, AMD. AMD will be Tuesday after the bell. Okay. And then Intel, not to say that Intel's big tech anymore, but I mean, they're still big. You still gotta kind of pay attention to what's going on here. They're not as dominant in the space as what they used to be, but they are still big. Okay, their earnings will be Thursday after the bell. So yeah, there's plenty of different big tech guys coming out this week, and it's going to start Tuesday after the bell, and then we're going to have one Wednesday after the bell and Thursday after the bell. So Tuesday after the bell will be kind of interesting because then we're going into Wednesday. We're going to have FOMC minutes. What else do we have coming up on the calendar this week? So we will have FOMC minutes. We will have not minutes, but the meeting, not minutes, the meeting. So we have Jolts Tuesday morning, 30 minutes after the bell. So yeah, this is a very, very busy week. We also do get PMI. Well, that's Chicago PMI. Get some employment cost stuff Wednesday, and then we get to the Fed interest rate decision and press conference there Wednesday afternoon. So EIA stuff, that's the normal weekly Wednesday energy stuff. So yeah, we will. We have man, this is a really busy week. Jeez, a lot of stuff to talk about every day. Like one of those few weeks out of the year where you get stuff to talk about like just about every day. So okay, it'll be a busy week. We'll see how we end on the week though. As far as the other stuff kind of going on, VIX making a little bit higher move here. Yeah, not too shocked, I guess. I mean, it's Monday. Usually we do have a little bit higher volatility on Monday, especially on the open, but didn't really have too much on the open. DXY. All right. So we didn't have any major catalysts this morning, right? Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. That was it. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know why the DXY would be popping as hard as it is, but it is. The interesting thing here, this is definitely what we've kind of been talking about. Probably going to see that pop out of here, especially if we just can kind of get in here and consolidate after we had this breakdown 2 weeks ago and that bounce back by the end of the week. If we just consolidated, we basically consolidated all last week. So yeah, it kind of made sense to see kind of the bullish pop there. We got that. The thing I will say is, so we had initially a roll down Sunday night in the currency markets, and then all night just kind of got bounced back up. Over the past 30 minutes or so, we are seeing the DXY kind of pull down. So I would say for now, just the way this looks is you. Since we got that pop higher, I don't think you definitely don't want to see this thing roll back over because it's going to come smash through everything. So yeah, I mean, if you were trying to play this, I would definitely have your stop loss below that Thursday of last week's low, or maybe even these two lows. I think you're just raising your stop loss, up. I mean, you could maybe even put it below Monday's low because if we come, after you get the pop, right, if you come back down through that, you're just going to smash through all the different levels. You're going to go through all of them. All right, GLD Gold Trust. Yeah, it's kind of just doing its thing today. Not too much kind of going on. How do the futures look here? I haven't really looked at the futures. I'd still just be bullish on any dips. What about SI? I haven't looked at silver in a while. So silver is actually breaking down. Actually at lower highs here. Okay. Silver was rocking really strong though. From like late Feb all the way through kind of the end of May. Silver was much stronger than gold. So maybe it makes sense that they have a little bit more of a pullback there. But all right. 10-year yield. 10-year yield. Not breaking this low from 2 weeks ago. Trying to hold that. A little bit lower wick coming in on the day. All right. 10-2 inversion. Pulling down. Okay, so 2-year then should be doing a little bit better today. A little bit better. Yeah, just a little bit. Not crazy amount. 30-year? 30-year's dropping off a little bit more than the 10-year though. All right, HYG pulling down. Man, this thing having a really hard time getting through here. This is why I mentioned a couple weeks back when we were kind of talking about this move higher and breaking these highs that go all the way back to the beginning of the year in December. This is a big reason why I wanted to see this get through 78.50 because it's not doing it right. And I think today's price action is kind of telling. Like I really liked Friday the way it kind of ended last week, but the fact that it comes out this week and it opened higher, but it has gotten smoked today. There's a very nice charcoal on that brisket right there. Okay. I don't like the way that looks, but it's okay. LQD, nice little gap up, nice little fade today, kind of like the HYG. See if this thing winds up making it back up to the highs of the past couple weeks. TLT's up, makes sense. This is a long-term treasury bond. So the price is up because the long-term yields are down. But it's just kind of getting into that, like, these declining highs. It's getting close. I'm gonna leave this line here for the next couple days. We'll see if it just kind of comes up, kisses it, and rolls over, or if or maybe we even pop through the line, kind of come back on a retest. This might be a good line to kind of keep an eye on here for the next maybe week or two. We'll see. Other than that, yeah, just all the bonds they're just being choppy. All right, take a look at sector rotation on the day. Energy's getting hit pretty good. Yeah, energy markets, energy commodity prices really, they have not been doing good. So we can take a look at some of those real quick. Tech also underperforming, as well as industrials, financial staples, and materials all underperforming. In line with the market is healthcare, barely. Utilities a little bit, and as well as real estate, and then the two outperformers, communications and discretionaries. Discretionary looking pretty good. Okay. As far as intraday performance, yeah, energies have kind of just been getting hit throughout the day so far. Tech also underperforming. Looks like really over the past 30 minutes or so. 30 minutes really tech's gotten hit pretty good. It went from being positive or outperforming to underperforming on the day. Or intraday, I guess. Financials, a little bit of outperformance there. Industrials, a little bit of outperformance there. Materials, staples, utilities, outperforming. Real estate, communications, healthcare, and discretionaries. Discretionaries didn't have an early run, but it's kind of starting to lag behind. Not lag behind, but be lackluster. Not as strong as it was on the initial open there for the first 45 minutes.